today.
Yeah.
We got the Hilda come through because of the dangerous grass.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Khalid yet, though. Yeah, is Khalid just out of the meta right
Wait, I
now?
think we saw one just now.
Yes, I think it was yesterday too. Yeah, earlier today as well. Yeah.
Remember the one with the chastised pauldron?
The chastity pauldron.
No,
Wait,
no, chastise.
Chastise, sorry.
Chastise.
Yeah.
Chastise.
That's what I said.
I like your Thesaurus ability, but yeah, Boostgate here banning out the Kalia as well as the Yuzong. Zone banning out the Sora as well as the Grok. I like that they just don't want to risk it. So I wonder what is going to be the next ban here, because Boostgate, when it comes to the first pick, we've seen Yuzong first picks, we've seen Jushin. I wonder if Jushin might be one of the bans here, because I feel like it could be clutch for both teams.
Yeah.
Could be.
Very safe as well, especially a few of the Hayabusas has been popping up too. So yeah, that Jushin is very safe to be picked up.
But the Hilda gets eliminated here. We just talked about the Hilda being a good hero in the dangerous grass, so the Hilda does get eliminated. Boostgate are maybe saying that they might want to go for an assassin once again, right? We do know that Kazue prefers his assassin, so we're looking at heroes like perhaps the Hayabusa again, the YSS again that he's picked up yesterday. So do you think that could be a choice of ban maybe from Team Zone? Do they want to respect Kazue's assassins?
You can only ban one.
Yes.
So the question really is which one? I think you don't risk it, you just let it go.
Yeah.
What else would be a prio ban here? I guess a mid. We've seen Eve first pick as well.
What's your
Fanny.
command?
Oh yeah, the fan.
It has been consistently banned.
Yeah, keep forgetting about the Fanny, man.
Yeah, I think the Fanny hasn't seen the light of day in the
I
wildcard.
forgot to write the draft.
Go get
Very
your papers.
honest. Very honest.
There you go. But yeah, I think it's wise to let go of the assassins. I mean, Zexora also plays the assassin, so they can have that assassin matchup, you know. Kazue and Zexora, he is very adept with that, but they go for the Jushin first pick. So expecting an assassin to be picked up means that the Jushin pick is very valuable in the first phase.
Also, something that LaFell noted earlier on as well, I think that was yesterday in one of the first matches. Yes, you're brilliant like that.
Keep forgetting LaFell.
The Jushin pick also allows the potential of an Arlet.
Oh yeah, I did say
You
that.
did.
Yeah.
That's
Go
how
on.
smart you are, right?
I'm like a 5. But yeah, go on.
With the Arlet being picked up here, it's a potential, especially now that the Yuzong has been banned away. It turns out Team Zone don't want to take it away. They have their own plan. Gatot Kacha and YSS is their choice instead.
Seems like a pretty safe opener here. Just get one more mid. I'm thinking either a Farsa or an Eve, and that's a pretty good opening 3-man pick. And then later on, just keep on hiding what you want to have for the side lane, because especially you have maybe even the Kimi, right? Either or enables you to play double fighters if needed.
That Kimi is a good shout as well. Yisun Shin Kimi would be very strong if you want to pick up a fighter.
Oh.
The gold lane, but that's going to be the Guinevere and the Uranus. So sustain, escape, whatever you name it. I think for Boostgate, it's going to be very good.
Sheffin's favorite.
Dude, Stefan, every single time he sees the Guinevere, he loses some hair.
He crashes out, man.
Yeah. It was uncomfortable to watch, but you know.
It's like, what? It is what is it, right?
Yeah, exactly. It is what is it. And then for what it is to be will sometimes be tomorrow. So now with the Jushin again, Zone 1, very stable pickup here. I wonder if Boostgate, they will entertain maybe a double fighter, so maybe ban out something like a Ruby. Yeah, Ruby ban.
Has to be.
Where does the Guinevere go, though? Because I don't think Team Zone are that confident that it's going into the jungle, seeing that Lancelot gets banned in the second phase.
Yeah, I think it's going to go to the roam. We have seen a couple of Guineveres pop up here and there, and I think it is much more valuable in the roam. It is very strong as well to set up for skirmishes, pickoffs, and I think it has to go to the hands of Wactor, because Wactor yesterday was also one of the catalysts for most fights happening for Boostgate Esports. And yeah, they do ban out the assassins. They know well that okay, we have secured ourselves that Yisun Shin. Why not narrow down the choices for Kazue?
But I think it would actually be, maybe they're just confident going up against the Haya, because Haya does have a good matchup against the Yisun Shin.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 20% reduce in range.
Oh, yeah.
Right? As a guy, we know how much that really impacts us, right?
Yeah. We can't, go far.
Heights and everything is so important.
It is very important.
Yes.
But the damage, though, I think it's still there for Hayabusa. I think it's a secret buff.
I would say the secret buff is the
yeah.
shorter cooldown, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
So like you're faster. You're faster.
I've been waiting
Okay.
for too
No
long.
range, but fast.
Speaking of fast, right? We have the carry being banned out by Boostgate. Considering now that if they still want to go for a double fighter, I think Esmeralda is still an option for Z1.
Yeah, honestly, that is a pretty good shout. Other than that, is there anything you want to go for here? Because for Boostgate,
Or they could go Claude so they don't allow BGT to get the Claude.
true.
I think they might save. Never mind. I was about to say they might save the Esmeralda for the last pick because a potential Harith might pop up from Boostgate. But yeah, they go for the CC. As stated, double range means you can have that fighter in the gold lane.
I wonder if Boostgate, because of the bands of Joy and Lance, are they forced to use this Gwyn in the jungle? Which I hope not. I think the Haya is okay, but it's definitely not optimal, right? You would prefer. Is a Ling usable here? Not really. I don't think Ling is usable,
So scary.
but they will get my respect.
But
they
would,
pick it up.
if they pick up the Ling, wouldn't they need to have mid prio?
They do. But they
Just win.
Yeah, they can get it as well with the Juicing too. No?
But just Jushin, right now that we're looking at.
No. So it is gonna be a Guinevere jungle, it seems like. Ranger and Cho.
Which I feel like is still okay. It does seem like a very pick-off-ish kind of build, and the SB does come true.
Yeah.
So looks like personally for me, Z1 has a pretty easier to execute draft. Everything makes sense. You have a clear A, B, C what you're gonna do. Whenever there's a Guinevere, there's always that question mark. Can you actually hit your target? And the thing that I don't like playing Guinevere Roam is that compared to other heroes, jungle, whatever, right? The second skill, the cooldown is actually quite long.
Yeah.
It's double digits, over 10 seconds. I really don't like it.
I agree. I'm nervous about the Gwyn pick. I don't know if it will work out. Do they want to go for more pickoffs? If that's the case, that's not something that we have seen for the past few days. Well, it was with RLG, but I don't know. Can they do something different this time around?
We'll have to see.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first best of 3 for us 3 here. It's going to be Boostgate going up against Zone 1. We got to see whether this Guinevere jungle can actually work out or not, because so far, Gwyn has not been having a good time here in Wildcards.
Definitely. This is the rise to the top as well. In Group A, will it be Zone 1 to be able to make it forward, have a little bit of a step in the right direction, or will Boostgate be the ones to pick up that first point up first? We'll see how this all unravels.
Yeah, looking at the movements around the map, it does seem like Boostgate, they want to potentially stop Team Zone from moving around, because I think they want to keep it an honest 1v1, which I'm not so sure which team actually has a better honest 1v1.
Yep. Plastic Blast, one towards Kazue. That Lantern Flare is so good. Kicking off right, he is very low, but he has that passive that's going to save him too. So yeah, a bit of a quarrel in the river, but it's all fine.
Just very 50-50, right, in terms of that mid trio.
Towards Kit, but it's going to be Wactor. Absorbing all the damage, the Void Crystal is so good on zoning out the players of Boostgate.
Yeah. Right now, looking at the builds here, Rupture for the Jushin, and looking at the build for Kazue, are we going to see a damaged Gwyn? You know, something with concentrated energy into full defense. Maybe Genius 1 has been buffed up.
Yep.
It's possible. Maybe they're relying on that early game, right? They want to utilize that early game pressure. Unfortunately, it feels like the trades aren't as in favor of Boostgate Esports as intended. Team Zone seems to be being able to clear a lot quicker, perhaps because of the Eve as well, but we do see some rotations coming through. That's Bright and Exy in some action.
That's okay, just wait around a turtle, man. Turtle, you jump, get 3 people, boom, you win.
They're going to wait for the timing too, because the Gwyn hits level 4. Spatial Migration into the Violent Requiem is a one-shot, one-chance type of deal, and just like that, it's going to be the first blood on towards Bright, secured by Wactor. They have prio on the turtle now.
Well, there it is, right? That damage coming through, they finally are able to get a little bit of a foothold in the early game, despite the trades in the mid that we saw earlier on. It looks like they want a little bit more. Bankai.
It's taken down so low. I think it's going to be fine. That's just a zoning type of deal to deal with the turtle and not have Bankai disrupt their process of getting that objective.
Yeah, I feel like it's more about emotional damage, you know, just making sure
Emotional.
that, you know, lower their confidence a bit, don't move too far up so that they have more forward momentum, you know, like Kaiba said in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you have 51% of the business, then you're better.
That makes sense.
Something like that. Something like that.
Well, look at the movement from Boostgate, though. They're invading the orange side of the jungle. Mountain Shocker connects on towards Identity. That's going to be the Juicin gun. The chessboard wide open for the Eve. Bright pops revitalize. He's going to be fine with the sustain given. But that is an important kill for Zone. But that kill is given to K as well, the CC.
Yeah, Identity was a little bit too forward there, considering her sub-emblems or his sub-emblems as well. The Rupture, right? You're not as fast, you're not as mobile, and you don't even have the tenacity as well to defend early game with that amount of aggression. But all in all, Boostgate Esports are still in the game. What?
Violent Requiem to the Crimson Beacon as well. Gap closers galore in the purple buff jungle. And another pickoff for Boostgate Esports.
I like that they didn't... Oh, hold on. Okay, XC takes a bit of damage, but I like that there's no hesitation, right? The moment the Violent Requiem hits, all right. Identity now, with the changes of Jushin, actually does quite enough damage. So I like that they did not hesitate, they just go for it. And speaking of, it looks like Kazooie is going to build more defense. It's really just on that emblem setup where he makes a bit more damage.
It's the first item Sky Piercer for RX, so I think Boostgate Esports kind of want to brawl it out quickly. He has a Fury Hammer to compensate for more damage. But yeah, that first item Sky Piercer is actually very ballsy, especially after the Granger nerfs that he received.
They're banking on that, right? Because as we get to the late game, you see Kenny on the Eve, you know, scaling. You can see YSS as well, scaling. And in that 5v5, when things don't seem as messy, it seems like Team Zone has a little bit more to say, right? Because of the AoE options that they have in their build. That's another pickoff.
Bankai, that's going to be the AOG to disrupt the players of Boostgate Esports, but the liftoff is good. XC gets Bankai. That is an important member to be taken out as this objective unrolls in front of our eyes. XC will try to zone out the players of Zone. However, Bright is close by. They're going to jump in from Wactor, misses the kick onto the back. The Mountain Shocker towards XC, but he buys time, and the eyes of the prize is going to be that turtle. Second one for Boostgate.
Yeah, look at Wactor trying to get one. Right, able to get away, but gets pulled back in.
Oh, the damage is good. Kazooie, good traceless from Zexora. Now they're going to turn him around in the back. The engage coming in from Team Zone. Oh no, Boostgate, they might bit off more than they can chew. It's going to be K arriving just in the nick of time to try to take down XC. But so far, Boostgate, they will have to back off. That is a slight loss for them.
Yep. Having the Malaysian playstyle, after getting a major objective, you go for a fight.
A little greedy.
Just a little bit. But we can definitely see the idea from Boostgate here, which is basically to constant pressure everywhere. It doesn't matter, even down here.
Yep, that Mountain Shocker will not quite be enough to take down XC.
Yeah, so right now I really want to talk back here because RX does have the most amount of damage at this point, right? And I feel like even with the nerfs onto Granger, as long as Granger gets 40 stacks on that Sky Piercer, it's going to be good. Boostgate at this point really does seem like they just want to create as much space as they can, allowing Identity as well as RX to get those items. But again, it's really about controlling yourself. Yes, you get all this adrenaline, you're feeling good, the dopamine hit is there, you're moving forward. But sometimes, like a good friend of mine once said, pull it back in. You don't want to get fired.
No, I agree. Because even earlier on, no, I was agreeing about something different. Wait a second.
Unbreakable into the RWM. It's going to zone out the players of Boostgate Esports. Identity has to lift off. That's going to be a good Jeet Kundo, but no follow-up. So that's going to be it.
Back to the earlier point. I agree, because even earlier in that match that we saw with Zeta, that was like a 7,000, 8,000 gold lead, and they completely threw it, right? So at this point, Boostgate Esports, despite how dominant and how aggressive they've been playing for the past 7 minutes, there's no gold lead yet. So it's still very 50-50. It's still anyone's game. This is going to be more important with how they execute it, because there you go. That's a move.
Oh, misses the Violent Requiem. The Mountain Shocker on towards Wactor. He is gone and whacked. However, K gets deleted, and now it's going to be Team Zone turning the tides around. They get 3 kills, all for themselves. As the Traceless chases down XC, Zixora has to reach Traceless again, back to a safer place. XC tanks and eats all the damage, but that is very worth it for Team Zone.
And I think this just shows how simple of a draft Team Zone really had. They have very... Like, it's very hard for them to make a mistake. We saw Cho Wactor there basically botching the kick, not having a good angle. So, and then going back old school, right? The combo between Gato Kacha as well as the CC, the Gato CC, the CC Kacha.
CC Kacha.
I pull you in and then my guy jumps on you. It's a good and easy combo. So Boostgate at this point, having this 5v5 team fight is really not working out for them. They need some kind of pickoff.
They're forcing the Lord as well. This is just going to be an invitation for Team Zone to crawl out, shrouded in secrecy. The Mountain Shocker again on towards XE. He has the Consecration to reposition. The RWM zones out. Team Zone as well. The left off is good. On towards Bankai. He's going to run around with the Purify as well. Repositioning. Revitalize Pop. They're going to resustain to prepare themselves for a second round, but everyone backs off.
So to talk on that note that Lafel just mentioned, I agree. It's either they don't go for a full 5v5 or they find a way to utilize the team's resources to bait the resources from Team Zone first, right? Maybe that's something similar as to what we saw earlier on, just right now happening. But if Wactor goes in and commits, it will be very difficult for them to look for anything, but it seems like they still want to go for it.
Yeah, Wactor is just taken down solo. The kick connects, but that's going to be Zexora connecting onto the Lord. But they go even deeper to the purple buff jungle. Exi repositions. Violent Requiem not committed. Bankai has to run away. That's a win for Team Zone. A slight one at that, but Identity gets Bankai as well. 2-0. And my, oh my, Team Zone walks away with the Lord.
That's a 2-for-1 trade though, right?
I don't think it's worth it. You want to know why? The kill didn't go with the Granger.
Oh.
Right? If you gave him that Sky Piercer stack, 100% worth it. The fact that you went over to Identity, it's kind of nothing. What you did was delay the game. If they were able to give the kill over to RX, that's a win condition. So it's one of those situations where it's like, yes, it's good. You know, beggars can't be choosers, but you really wanted those kills over to RX.
But Team Zone, they couldn't push with the Lord.
They can't. I mean, XC is you're just being a nuisance. But
Is it just like economic advantage? Because technically they lost a turret instead in the top side.
But look at them go up top. It's going to be locked down on towards XC. He's taken down, but he's going to survive. A Uranus, as beefy as ever. Crimson Beacon popped. Identity wants to re-engage. Kazue watches the jump into the back line. RX is here to gun down the players of Team Zone. But look at Zexora in the back, just dancing on the verge of death. Boostgate Esports are losing their grip of this game. The jump in with the falling star moon. Bankai eyes the prize on towards RX, but Wactor with the kick onto the back. Pops the Purify, is going to be Bankai. Zexora again, unstoppable. He is insane, but Boostgate Esports completely confused on what they have to do. XE has to bite the bullet, but thankfully he saves himself.
Let me just say, Gwyn users are not having a good time now, right? Because even if the jump connects, you're put in a very dangerous spot. And Boostgate, they committed a lot over to Kenny in that previous fight. But in the RWM, you can take damage, but you're immune-ish. You're not able to move the Eve away. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like they're playing their comp like a team fight comp when they really should just play like a pickoff comp. And the problem is, not enough damage for a pickoff.
Exactly. Not enough damage as well because the Guinevere has that tank build, RWM open, RX has that Rhapsody, or rather the that Sonata connecting. But yeah, the lack of damage, right? The Granger has no kills, has no stacks. The Guinevere opts for a much more defensive build with that Brute Force breastplate. K looks for the assassination, but that's gonna be Zexora taking down XC, his first death swallowed bitterly.
So what's the idea now for Boostgate, right? Because they were banking on a snowball, right? For sure, right? With the way that they were playing in the early game, with the way that they picked up the Sky Piercer very early for RX. But at this point, does someone need to shift in terms of itemization?
I think what they need is for the Gato Kacha to just randomly ult inside the base. And then you kick someone towards the turret. And then give those 2 kills over to RX. And then by some kind of miracle, he gets 2 more kills. That's 4 stacks.
Okay.
And then...
And then?
And then what?
And they just don't throw.
I think it's too late to kind of like, you know,
I mean, we saw
re-itemize.
we saw Gatot like ulting the mid lane twice yesterday and twice.
And that was
died.
Wactor, by the way.
Oh, right. Well.
So that's what I also wanted to talk about, right? Earlier on, I was like, you know what? Wactor on his show, he looks pretty good, because he was able to win on the show yesterday.
Oh.
And then we see, you know, this happening. So I couldn't bring that up as a point. Poor Wactor, man. Not having a good day either on the Gatot or the show.
Well, they're going to siege down bottom. It's all team zones for the taking. BOD and Divine Blade completed for both the Yi Sin and the Yi. Otherwise, will just give team zone that inch. Push into the base. Gonna gun down the players of Boostgate Esports. Up top, the Lord is pushing in. Traceless back from Zexora. To play and approach this in a bit more safer way. But I think for now, team zone, they want to take a breather.
Yep. RWM used and RX gets caught. Gato jumps in. Can they get a kill? Probably not.
Yep. They won't, but XC will bite so much damage. Verified bot by Bankai. They're gonna siege onto the bottom side turret as well. Zexora, 1 last hit. Not enough. And now they want to go in. That's gonna be the Violent Requiem. Is this a turnaround? The left off as well. They get 1, but that's just it. It's a trade for Kazue and Bankai. Boostgate Esports, they keep the crystal intact.
Like, you can see it in a way that they kept the crystal intact, or like they lose all inhibitor turrets. Are you half full, half empty type?
Whoa! XC just died kind of type. For me, I just buy a new glass.
So buy a new glass.
Yeah.
What about a jug of water? You know, it kind of like contains all of it. So not half, not full as well. You know what I mean? So
next game maybe? Because I mean, we're 14 minutes in. They have almost a 9,000 gold lead. We're getting to that point where Exora is starting to hurt a lot more. Kenny's starting to hurt a lot more. Is Bankai building a damage or like the usual Esme build? I can't see. Yeah.
Well, Bankai has a talisman, so yeah, you have a bit of a cooldown reduction and that magic damage too.
Ooh, RX is 7th in terms of player damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah, maybe next game. You know, maybe next game.
Yeah. I think it's over.
If Wactor can kick someone into the crystal, they might still lose, but they can get 1 extra kill.
So stat padding, basically.
Yeah, because you know, a wise man once said, you know, never give up sometimes.
I think you should give up when the damage is that big, and there goes Kazue. Goodbye. The AOG will not connect onto anyone, but Zexora jumping in aggressively with the Traceless. The RWM opens up. It's saved by Kenny, but look at the players of Boostgate Esports scampering away to the base. The crystal is exposed. Falling Star moved onto the back. RX can't do nothing but watch and probably play his violin. It's over. Team Zone gets game 1.
And they won with 10,000 gold. That was a dominating win. Not something we expected coming in from, honestly, Boostgate, because yesterday they looked amazing, but this time they look pretty shaky. And personally, it's draft. It's hard to apply the draft. Not saying it's bad just yet, because this is still a developing meta here in M7. Usually, we always have this pocket meta, but I don't know, man. I'm a guy that loves damage. And that one doesn't tickle my appetite.
Oh.
I feel like the draft maybe could have worked. Like, there was an idea with the draft. The problem was that the window of execution was so slim, and if you miss like even just a millisecond, it's like GG towards mid, towards late game. Especially we were hitting what, like the 15th mark?
Yeah.
I think that's how long that game actually went. Because earlier on we saw in the execution in the early game, like we had the idea they were trying to get lots of pickoffs early, and it was working. They were pressuring the mid lane as well as the bottom side of the map. But after that, it was like, okay, we get a few pickoffs on the board. Now what?
Well, to be honest, I think they sealed their fate when they had the Granger buy the Sky Piercer as the first item, because it was very, very apparent that Boostgate was looking for a pickup. They completely was over-aggressive. I mean, they were invading left and right. They were forcing fights, but nothing really came to fruition. Nothing really worked for them. And the Guinevere also was building that defense item, so yeah, it could be the front line as well. But yeah, the lack of damage is certainly a problem too for Boostgate Esports.
I would say one of the mistakes was definitely an early Guinevere pick. Like, I'm okay-ish if it's like pick 4 or pick 5, but you're showing it pretty early on, and I don't think Guinevere is really all that contested just yet, right? They could have had something else, because if their idea was this Gwyn to potentially become a roamer, I think just show your pick, you know, pick up the Joy or Lance or whatever was available.
The Joy would have been
I agree.
quite better there.
Yeah.
Well,
But hey, bygones be begones, you know?
Bygones be begones, boys and girls.
What
By
does
the
that
way,
mean?
chat says you look like a good boy.
ah,
Oh, thank
No,
you.
no, him.
Oh,
LaFell.
No, realize.
Oh, me?
oh.
I'm not a boy, I'm a man.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Oh.
he's a man.
I'm a man. What about you, LaFell? Are you a man or are you a boy?
I'm insecure. Well, speaking of insecurities, this game, Walker has to step up for game number 2, man, because
Yeah.
the Cho was not it. The kick was just. Who is the MVP in your eyes?
I voted for Zexora.
You know what? Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Zexora.
I think Zexora deserves the MVP, man.
He was very aggressive.
You good with that?
Yeah.
All right.
With that. Seal the deal. Production, it's
Deal sealed.
Zexora.
Yeah.
Zexora.
But despite
Let me help you
whatever
guys.
MVP would be pulled out later on, I do think that, Bankai did a pretty good job in this game, right? I think a lot of people have been talking about Bankai being, a little bit iffy when it comes to his performance.
Yeah.
And if they did that head-to-head against Exy, that Bankai would be
Exposed.
like the weaker side.
Yeah.
But I mean, he performed really well.
Yeah, but Zexora though, I think okay for him to be MVP.
Still.
That's my and Eterna's thoughts.
Okay.
And the good boy.
The good boy? The good man.
Mine too.
Yeah, I said your name.
Oh, okay.
Yours as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
afterwards, when we see the MVP, it could be anyone.
It could be
the
anyone.
coach.
It could be anyone.
It could
But-
be.
But the MVP by Real Me is gonna be Zexora 7-0 and 687,000 damage. Wow.
That's a lot
Even
of
having
damage.
the Demon Hunter sword.
Yeah. I think we talked about this, LaFell, backstage. The DHS did get buffed quite well. So, yeah, the Yisunshin quite benefits with this as well because he likes to bob and weave in and out. That's the way he plays the Yisunshin and it works very well. So, yeah, deserved MVP for Zexora.
Yep. We're going to be looking at the highlights here, and I think despite this being Zone 1's win, I really feel like it's mostly Boostgate's loss because the highlights here is really on the attempt never really working out because you can't say they didn't try. They did. It's just not enough firepower or not the right target. And that's one of the more difficult things with this draft is you're hoping you get the right target, and you're hoping whoever the damage dealer was is going to be there. Like, let's even talk about the fact that the Granger did not get a kill. Because maybe it could have been so much different if he got at least 2, and then maybe they could equalize it.
And you portrayed it for us perfectly, hoping
look at
that
this.
Ranger gets 4 kills.
Look at this.
But yeah,
He was trying to get it, and he just couldn't.
it was the Juicin mainly dealing the damage. There was once where RX fell to number 7. I think
Yeah,
the damage dealt. So yeah, the Granger was sorry to say quite irrelevant when it came down to minute 11 and 12. It was just Zexora, man, farming the bodies.
Okay, I'm curious. If, as a Gwyn, you jump on the YSS,
Yeah.
are you supposed to be able to get the YSS?
If you're traceless on time, you won't. We saw that multiple times.
That's
from
why.
Zexora
I'm
as
like,
well.
why does Gwyn just keep going for that same method though?
Maybe she hopes that he's not hovering the traceless.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey,
Sometimes.
I mean,
You
third
miss
time's
all
the
the
charm.
shots you don't take.
Exactly.
That's true.
Talk to me about the quote, the 50% and the 51%. Let's talk about it in the game.
That was an amazing anime before, with cards and monsters.
Yeah,
and then
Yu-Gi-Oh.
this guy, rich guy, blue eyes white dragon guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he said if you have 51% of the company, then you're the rich one, or something like that.
Yeah. that, Eterna.
I wasn't listening, honestly. I heard Blue Eyes White Dragon, zoned out. Zoned out.
Like Team Zone.
They zoned out.
Zane in. No, zone in.
They zoned in.
They zone
I mean,
in.
I was gonna say they zoned out to BGT, but yours sounded better.
Yeah, so they zoned in, and I feel like this is just honestly a drafting, because at the end of the game, the DHS might be a new Yisun Shin thing, because with the buff towards the Devour,
Yeah.
really does quite a lot of damage, and I feel like with, what was it, 8% of HP, even squishies will eventually feel that. And yeah, would this game look different if Kazooie just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go Genius 1 first item? I actually think it could be different.
Yeah. You mentioned it as well in the draft. Is this Guinevere gonna go damage? Is it gonna go Genius 1 first? But he went for the Brute Force Breastplate as one of the core items. So yeah, lacking damage is indeed a problem for Boostgate Esports.
Maybe don't pick Gwyn again.
Maybe.
Maybe
don't.
Well-
just a suggestion.
We'll see if we can see like if the Gwyn gets picked again, we'll quickly look at the win rate and see how she has been performing here in wildcards. Maybe later on in the Swiss stage, she could be better.
I don't know though, but let's say they didn't pick up the Gwyn.
Yeah.
What would be a better jungler in your opinion?
Akai, Fredrin, Lance, Joy.
I think the
Like even into real world manipulation?
Better than the Gwyn.
it's better.
Okay.
Because yeah, I think
Taken.
Lafel mentioned it. If you jump in with the spatial
Right? Am I-
Point taken.
Am I right?
Like,
like-
could you go higher in that position?
Well, Haya, I think it's better compared to the Gwyn in this scenario.
Every time you ask me a question, I'll just answer, why not?
Why not?
Because I don't know. Yeah.
Never say never.
I might even take this Uranus jungle and just put like a Arla in EXP or something.
Fair enough.
Uranus jungle hurts.
Fair enough.
It's all about mindset, Eternal.
It's all about the mindset.
It's all about the mindset. We learned that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Oh.